Welcome to the channel, everybody. So today we are going to be continuing on our quest for Cavalier on the backup account with Act 5.3.5. Now this one's global node is directed towards skill champions, so all champions other than skill champions take a 50% reduction to their base attack rating. So basically make sure that either A, you're going in with class advantage, or B, you're going in with skill champions. Okay, you'll see here real quick that we did take in two non-skill champions here though. We took in Apocalypse for the boss fight, which is of course going to be against Black Panther Civil War, and we took in a Star-Lord for the synergy with Aegon, knowing he was going to do most of our work and giving us that combo shield was going to be great. This is something I mentioned in the past. If you have 2 or 3 good champions of the class type you need, depending on which one of these levels you're working on in 5.3, taking in another one for the boss and 1 or 2 for synergy to make those champions even better can be extremely valuable for you. Now that being said, I will tell you that as we get through this, far often do we just revive as opposed to healing up, and if we would have healed up before a few of these fights, we could have gotten through this a lot easier and built his combo up even higher on Aegon there. But, you know, we did just pop 20% revives every time we went down, did as much damage, and continued on type of thing. It does still get my combo meter up quite a bit, and we are able to get through this path really well, but just wanted to point out that we could have made it even better if we would have healed up a couple times instead of just reviving. So let's go ahead and get in here and talk about who's on the path and what you're going to need to deal with the boss and the mini boss. Okay, right off the bat here, you're going to start off, like I said, the only node that you're going to need to worry about for any of the champions along the path until you get to Angela is going to be the global node, which is the physical perfection, meaning that only skilled champions do not take the base rate attack reduction. So right off the bat here, you're going to start with Thor, then you're going to go over to King Groot, down to Ghost Rider, over to Vulture. After Vulture, you're going to go to Groot himself, and then up to Venom. From there, you're going to teleport over to Yondu, followed up by Unstoppable Colossus, Civil Warrior, Iron Fist, Hulkbuster, Doctor Strange, and then Angela. Now, Angela here, the only thing that she's going to do is remove the Pessimist node off of Black Panther Civil Warrior, which means he won't get that boost at the beginning of the fight, which is somewhat of a help, but in all honesty, I don't know that it would have made that much of a difference if we removed this one or not, but this is an easy one to get taken off of there so you can start off strong and get him down quickly. After that, you are going to go over to the Black Panther Civil War fight. Now, he does have a couple nodes that are still going to be active. He does have Nullify Effect, 95% chance to fail. So if you're bringing in any of your Mystic Champions trying to nullify him, more often than not is it not going to work, but that wouldn't be the champions I would recommend to bring in for this fight anyways. Like I said, I would stick with either a skill champion or the class advantage with a mutant champions such as I did, bringing in Apocalypse, Armor Up, and Hell Steel, and then he does have Optimus still active, meaning that he will get those bonuses that he didn't get from Pessimist at the beginning of the fight. He will instead get them at the end of the fight, meaning increased HP, increased Fury, and a few other bonuses there. No big deal. It's just going to make him a little stronger for that last 25%. But if you're going at him fairly consistently, by the time you get to that point, you can just chunk that off and take him out in one go. You'll actually see that's exactly what we did here. So let's go ahead and get into the fights and look and see how they went for us. So, right off the bat here, like I said, we do go up against Thor. Going to start off immediately trying to work up that combo, getting as many hits in early as we can so that we can get that combo meter starting to build up from each and every fight. Nice thing is, as you did see there, I did slip up one time, but with having Star-Lord on the team, we were able to go ahead and continue that combo all the way up to a 31 hit, which gave us several to bring in here against King Groot. Came in here against King Groot again, just solidly straight through. This is going to be a lot of just straight through Aegon. Just get in there, get that combo. Obviously, with Star-Lord in there, it does give me the advantage of that combo shield, which did not work out 100% for this fight, but at the same time, we still ended up leaving this with a combo to carry over into the next fight. It wasn't much of one, so we really didn't get much going into the next fight, but we were able to come in here to Ghost Rider. Again, we came in here without healing whatsoever. We'd used up quite a few potions getting to this point, and we were just setting on mostly revives. I knew I could do this with just the revives and not take too much of a penalty, but it was going to be one of those things that we were going to spend a couple revives to get through if we didn't heal up any. Obviously, coming in here against Vulture or any of the other people on the path, if we had been coming in at 60 to 80% health, we're going to easily be able to finish these fights without having to take any chance of going down. Now, obviously, here with Vulture, we got the 31 hit combo and didn't go down whatsoever. We turned around and came in here to Groot. We're going to do quite a bit against him and actually not even go down against him either. It's going to be a couple of the later fights that we are going to end up going down on. As a matter of fact, I believe the first fight that we lose Aegon to is going to be the Venom fight, which is coming up here very shortly. As a matter of fact, that is this next fight. Obviously, you can see we went in with less than 20% health. The combo shield does help, but it's not going to keep us alive if we slip up. So we ended up bringing in Kraven. We also have Falcon on the team, which we, obviously can do quite a bit with as well. But Aegon is going to be our primary workhorse. Now, Kraven took care of it for us there. We went over to Yondu and brought in Falcon, trying to get the lock on so we can get the bleeds in there. Got the lock on, but weren't able to get him bleeding before we lost it. So that was kind of a detriment to us. And then, of course, he got the arrow going after us. So we went ahead and revived Aegon at this point and continued on. Obviously, we took a little bit of damage from Yondu there, so coming into Unstoppable Colossus here, already massively wounded, was not a great idea. So this is the first time that we actually did go ahead and throw a few potions in there so that we were coming in a little stronger, knowing that we were going to have a little bit longer of a fight and play a little bit more cautious if we were going to pull anything out of that. Now, Civil Warrior here is an interesting one. Not because he's that difficult, not because he's anywhere near even a demigod champion, but because of the fact that you do have to watch it. There are a couple of his specials that are easy to walk into at the end of if you time them just slightly right. And the thing about it is not only will it cost you your combo, but it will actually cost you your a special meter as well. So you want to watch that. Now, Iron Fist, obviously, no big deal here, but we did go in way too wounded for the first fight. He caught us a little easy there. Again, a simple revive, come in and move on to the Hulkbuster fight. Now, you're going to see here, Hulkbuster did get us, and again, 20% revive, come in and finish off the last of his health. And that is going to be the consistent thing, like I said, from the very get-go, is that more often than not, if we would have been using a 40% or a 60% revive, or even throwing enough potions to get us up to 60 or 80% health in there, we could have easily made it through a lot of these fights that we go down on. But it was, just minor slip-ups are more than enough if you're looking at only 20% health. Now, knowing that coming into Angela and knowing how big her regen can be and how much we were going to need to go ahead and bait her, I did heal up quite a bit more just so that I could get her down cleanly and be able to move on to the Black Panther Civil War fight. Knew I wasn't going to be using Aegon most likely because of the fact that we do have Apocalypse here, and I was almost guaranteed that I was going to walk through Black Panther Civil War with Apocalypse one shot, no problem. And it is one of those things that you do have to watch it, because with the armor up and the HP steal, you do have a bit of a fight here to get through him. And like I said, that last 25% can be a little bit tricky to deal with, even with the fact that having the class advantage and everything else, because you're really not setting at the normal advantage that you would be, because of the fact of the node is already putting you at a disadvantage. So your class advantage is basically putting you at even keel. But even that being said, Apocalypse is just such a god tier champion that it really doesn't matter. Even without having him awaken or nearly at a rank 3 or anything along those lines, we're still able to go ahead and finish off Black Panther fairly easy there. It's not that hard of a fight, and as you saw, even that last 25% where he had the extra bonuses and everything really didn't take us anything extra, and we were able to go ahead and finish that off and rack up another one. Now that puts us to Act 5.3.6, which is going to put us one more chapter left to go after that, and that'll get us through this act and on our way to that final push for Cavalier with 6.1. Make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. We'll have another video out for this in a couple days. We'll be doing a Paragon video tomorrow. We'll have another crystal opening on next Monday. We just had one drop yesterday. Make sure you check that out. There were some great pulls in there. As a matter of fact, the six stars that I opened as a single pop is probably one of the best 6-star batches that I've seen in a while. Just a little preview on that. Make sure you go check that out. And if not, we'll see you back for the next one. Peace out.